Hello everyone, Ace here, and today let's talk about how gamers have managed to troll AI-generated articles in a rather amusing way, and also in doing so managed to demonstrate that even these AI-generated articles are still more trustworthy than mainstream modern journalism. Today's story began from, of all places, a post on Reddit. Not exactly the best social media platform in the world, although it is a testament to how easy it is to troll these AI-generated articles. Specifically, it started with this post from r/wow titled, "I'm so excited they finally introduced glorbo. Honestly, this new feature makes me so happy. I just really want some major bot-operated news websites to publish an article about this." Now, there is more to this post, and thus I'll be leaving a link to an archive of it in the description below, but as you can probably tell, this is a case of Sam Hyde posting, where you troll news websites by putting out deliberately false information in the hope that they publish it as objective fact. And on that subject, that brings us quite cleanly to this article on the portal, supposedly written by one Lucy Reed, simply titled, "World of Warcraft, WoW Players Excited for Glorbo's Introduction." World of Warcraft WoW players are thrilled about the introduction of glorbo and eagerly await its impact on the game. So as you can probably tell, some news organization has taken the bait on this particular story, but how do we know it's actually a bot that wrote this article, you may ask? Well, the answer comes from the actual content itself, because the article then goes on to directly quote the original post, and how the original poster said, quote, "Honestly, this new feature makes me so happy, I just really want some major bot-operated news websites to publish an article about this." So yes, that passage was the AI effectively telling on itself by publishing the quote verbatim, with the full context. This is, in all honesty, quite a hilarious situation. But if you thought that's where the fun ended, well, you would be wrong, because apparently the same website decided to publish a follow-up article. This time supposedly written by one Ashley Beam, simply titled, "World of Warcraft WoW Players React to AI-Generated Content on Popular Gaming Sites. Discover how World of Warcraft WoW players are reacting to the use of AI to scrape content from their subreddit for popular gaming sites." Already this headline is pure comedy gold. But if you needed some more laughs, well, prepare yourself for some of the actual content within. As the article goes on to state, quote, "Another user, Jordan TH, humorously anticipated an AI scraping the thread itself to write an article about AI scraping threads." I'm sure we can all agree that line is absolutely beautiful, especially within the context of what exactly is going on. I cannot tell you how many hours of sleep I have lost last night because I was laughing hysterically at this whole situation. But as funny and flawed as this whole story is, it also perfectly demonstrates the point I have to make as to why I am, if anything, all the more emboldened about the prospects of AI taking over the jobs of journalists. Yes, the story about glorbo is completely fictional, and yes, the AI article absolutely published misinformation by doing that. That itself would put the AI on merely equal footing with modern journalists, rather than actively prove it to be worse than modern journalists. This is because Sam Hyde posting has been a thing for years now, and it's been a thing for years now because actual journalists keep falling for it, and keep publishing fake stories about how Sam Hyde has been responsible for this or that. In fact, even in that original article, I'd have to point out the fact that the AI did at least provide the full context of the quote that it was utilizing, and in doing so proved to everyone that yes, this is just a fake story. So if anything, even that first story gives the AI a slight advantage over modern journalism. That's not to say that the AI did a good job, it's to say that the journalists are just so crap at doing theirs. But it is the second story, hilarious though it may be, that really drives this point home. Yes, it is very funny that the AI wrote an entire article dedicated to telling on itself. However, I would have to say that the reporting is itself factual. This is a legitimate news story, like it or not. The AI did not lie by omission here, unlike your typical journalist who would simply choose to ignore any issues that happen to be politically inconvenient. The numerous cases of journalists taking up an issue only to find out the facts don't exactly agree with them and then choosing to try to memory hole it being a classic example. Like it or not, this story, though it is completely hilarious, is still proving the the AI to be superior at journalism than actual journalists. And again, that's not exactly to say that the AI has been flawless in its execution. It hasn't. Nor is it to say that there aren't valid criticisms towards the use of AI in this way, such as the lack of effort being put into content, because that is a legitimate concern. However, if we are going to compare and contrast the use of AI to the use of modern journalists, I would legitimately prefer to listen to the AI that actively tries to tell the truth, but puts zero effort into it, over your typical modern journalist who tirelessly spends countless hours deliberately and maliciously trying to lie to me, whilst also trying to cover up legitimate stories. And ironically, this entire situation even goes on to demonstrate that in action as well, as eventually an actual journalist from the portal saw what was going on and decided to hide the evidence by deleting the articles, including the factually correct article about how the AI is being used to scrape content from Reddit. So there you go, an AI publishes an actual legitimate story, and a journalist decides to censor that story in the hopes of covering it up so as few people notice as possible. Fortunately though, as you could probably tell, archives of both of those articles exist, and as such I will be leaving links to both of them in the description below, so you can check them both out if you should so desire. But in any case, this has been Ace. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Ace out.